Okay, I'm back. This is my Hobby Lobby haul. I went to Hobby Lobby primarily to get out of the house because I hadn't been out of the house for a couple of weeks. I had a bad couple of weeks, and Scott was like, you need to get out of the house. Let me take you to your happy place, which we all know is Hobby Lobby. And I needed to get some polymer clay to start thinking about doing my mom's memorial beads that I'm making out of the flowers from her memorial service. So I needed to get, I've never messed with polymer clay. So I needed to get the clay and get, a couple of tools in order to do those. The petals are still drying, so I probably won't be able to do those for a couple more weeks. But I wanted to get the clay and, start playing with it a bit and messing with it and just be prepared for when that clay is dry. While I was there, I wanted to get some watercolors just to play with. Shannon Green inspired me just to do a plethora of just messy watercolor on paper to use for projects. So I just got myself a cheap set of children's watercolors just to do that with, just to do no brain messy watercolor paint, which really is all I can fathom doing at this point, which I won't be doing anything for a while because I'm redoing my craft room. The carpets are getting cleaned. I have to paint some furniture to get that going, but when that's done, I'm gonna start off with just really non-thought process type things, and slopping paint on paper seems like something I can probably handle pretty easily right now. So I got myself some beautiful colors and I'm going to slap it on some paper. I'm starting to build up my bead collection. So I got myself one of these Gadgets and Gizmo plastic containers to start organizing my beads a bit better. Right now I just have them in little containers, and I need to get them organized. So these are $1.99 at Hobby Lobby, so I grabbed one of those. I needed some more paint brushes, so I just grabbed this value brush set. And these aren't the best brushes. I mean, most of them are really soft, which you can't really do a whole lot with soft brushes. But they did have some really fine line. I wanted to start doing some highlighting, some floating type stuff to highlight in mixed media, some things that I've learned from Sarah from my Serenity craft room. And I just really wanted to get some simple, inexpensive brushes to start trying some of her techniques. And there are some coarse bristle brushes in here for Mod Podging and whatnot. So $5.99, 25 brushes in here. I figure you can't go wrong. I've never had good brushes, so I'm used to the cheapies. I always check out the end caps because that's where they have their clearance items. So I got some seed beads. I have some of my mom's oxygen tubing that she had that was never used. It was still wrapped up in the package, never used. And I made one bracelet out of it, but I only had some green and white seed beads. So I did get these seed beads. They were on clearance. And I just can't see paying regular price for these beads. So I always look on the end caps to see what kinds of little treasures I can find for cheap. So I happened to find these pink seed beads for $1.20. I looked in the laces. I was hoping that their ribbons and trims would be on sale, but they weren't on sale this week. They must have been on sale last week. But I looked in their clearance bin and they did have this lace for 71 cents. I don't know how much is in here. It looks like maybe a yard or two, yard and a half maybe, for 71 cents. So I grabbed that. So for my bead making adventure, I got this Sculpey tool. It was $10.99, which I cringed at the price, but I did use my 40% off coupon for this. So it has a little plate to roll them on. It has the roller, it has the little tool that you make the hole for the bead, and it has the cutter to make the symmetry of the beads. So I got that. I'm out of canvases, so I got these 5x7 canvas panels. You get 5. You get 5 of them for $3.99. So if I ever, you know, sometimes I just get in the mood of doing a mixed media canvas, so I like to have a few of these on hand just in case. This stuff is what you would sew raincoats out of, and they had 30% off of this. So it normally was $17.99, so 30% off of it made it $12.59 a yard. Now, I didn't really like any of the prints that they had, but this was the most mild one that I thought would look the simplest on my craft desk. And my thought was that I could put this on my craft desk because I can't afford one of those ultimate craft mats or the Tim Holtz craft mat. You know, this will melt. I am aware of that. So I couldn't get hot glue on this. I couldn't set my hot glue gun on because obviously it's just laminated and it will melt with heat. But I thought for painting, you know, for just doing everyday type glue, you know, wet glue, because I use wet glue most of the time. I very rarely use hot glue anyways, but I could use this and then clean it, wipe it. I got a yard, so there's really enough on here. If I don't want to do that, I could use it as a tablecloth. I don't know. I just thought it was on sale. It was an idea that I had. So we'll see what happens with this, what I end up doing with this. But that was my thought, to use this as a desk cover, so a mat, a craft mat that I can wipe clean. So we'll see whatever comes to, whatever conclusion I come with. I went by the foam stamps and I found these little flowers. This was 99 cents. I thought this would be good for mixed media, so I grabbed that. And this is the clays that I got. And my mom's funeral flowers, or memorial flowers, were pink and red. And then she had one of those circular rings of flowers that had a bunch of mixed flowers that I just popped some flowers. There were some white roses in there, and then some purple little flowers. I took some of the fern leaves out of them. So I wanted colors that would really highlight the flowers. And so of course I got 2 different colors of pink. This is Bake polymer clay because I heard that that's better than the room dry. So I definitely wanted to bake it, and I heard that the Sculpey wasn't that great, that the Fimo clay, I watched a lot of videos. Before I do something, I always watch a lot of videos and try to get the best ideas that I can and the best product that people recommend. Now this was on sale. Their clay, I believe, was 30% off. So I'm glad that I went when I did. So this is a white, but this is one of these is a transparent white. I think this is the transparent white. It says on here somewhere, but of course I have age blindness, so I can't read that well. I think this is the transparent white and this is the white. So I wanted to do that. I had that the 2 teal colors, or aqua colors, this is a light aqua, this is a darker aqua. I thought that the pink and even the red would look pretty there, and then these 2 pinks. So we're gonna give that a try. So those are the clays that I got. really excited, really super excited to do that. This was in the clearance bin, this teeny tiny rickrack for 60 cents. I grabbed that. And these were some more beads that were on the clearance end cap. So this is a mixture of some little rod beads with seed beads and pinks. And then this is a mixture of some glass beads. These were $1.20 each. And then this stamp was in the clearance section too, that says pray, with some finer or smaller text back behind for $2.10. Okay, so that is my Hobby Lobby haul. That's it. I didn't get anything else from there. That's enough, right? A bunch of small stuff. So my total for that shopping spree was $56.42. So thank you to my wonderful husband for allowing me to do that. It's bad when shopping makes you feel better, and I realize that. But you know, we are human, and sometimes you just got to do what makes you happy. And if that, sometimes, I mean, it's not excessive. I don't do it excessively. Sometimes I do. I mean, it's easy when you're a crafter to go excessively because you see all this stuff and you're like, yes, yes, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that, right? But I really do it on a budget. I really do stick to a budget, and he really is so kind, because we do live on such a tight budget that we really do have to take this money from one pot and put it in another pot. And so I really have to be cautious of it. So it really is kind of him, because he is the one that juggles the bills, and I know that it's a juggle. So I know that he has to say, okay, you know what, she needs to do this. She needs to get out of the house, and I want her to be able to do this. So I'm going to take from this pot and put into this pot so that she can do this, because for one thing, he wants me to be happy. And not that this makes me happy, but I guess it takes my mind off of it, and it gives me some relief from what's going on. And not only at the moment that I'm in my happy place, I'm in Hobby Lobby, but in hours to come, because what I'll be able to create with this stuff not only will bring memories, but it will bring love to the people that receive the gifts that I make for them with this stuff. But it will bring togetherness with me and the girls, because obviously everything that I create, we do it together. And it will just bring happiness into so many people's lives that, you know, $56 is, you know, it's not a lot of money to a lot of people, but when you're on a tight budget, it really is kind of a lot of money to us. And what I'm saying is, I just really, really appreciate my husband. He has been such a rock during this whole process that I'm having to go through, and just the support that he has shown. And my goodness, if you knew my husband, he's this big brawly biker guy, that he's just this tough guy on the outside, and not very many people get to see the teddy bear that he is on the inside. And I'm so blessed that I didn't turn away from the gruffness that is portrayed on the outside, because let me tell you, that man is just a mushy marshmallow on the inside, and he has shed so many tears. He shed so many tears over the loss of my mom. He was shedding so many tears at her memorial service, and he was so touched by the whole service. And just, he tells me that that he gets upset and the tears that he sheds are because he doesn't like to see me in pain. But I know that it's because he's experiencing pain himself. And so many people dislike him because he's a man of God. He doesn't sway. He doesn't have words to please man. He is 100% for God, and he will let you know. He will let you know if you are doing something that he doesn't candy coat it, let me tell you. And he doesn't do it out of hate, he does it out of love. And people don't understand that sometimes. They take it for he's just a grumpy person, and that's not it at all. It's because he's just a gooey marshmallow. And thank God for him, because without him, I don't know where me and the girls would be. He's not the girls' paternal grandfather. He is their grandfather by marriage. They're my son's daughters, and you would never know. He treats those girls like his little princesses, and he don't ever think that he is not their grandfather, because he is 100% in. And let me tell you, blood is not always thicker than water. He proves it day in and day out. So I just want to give that shout out to him, because he is 100% gold. 100% gold in my life. So I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and God bless. I hope that if anything you see here is available at your Hobby Lobby, or if I've inspired you at all to run to your Hobby Lobby to get any of these sale items, or even to create some of the things that I've talked about. And hopefully I'll be able to share some of these in the very near future. So thanks again for watching, and God bless you all.